And it's not like, the action is hot and heavy for all this match, and then you do the screw job finish at the end. It's like, no, this match dragged on, and you had just so much interference. Dick Togo, Sho, and Yujiro constantly getting involved with the garrote wire, pulling the ref, pulling Shingo. It's like, at what point do you just not throw the match out or throw? It took forever for Red Shoes to finally be like, you guys need to go, I'm disqualifying Evil. Like, that should have been done, like, in the first 5 minutes of the match. Like, there was a match that we watched for one of the recommended matches. It was Finn Balor versus Alex Shelley, when Balor just became the leader of the Bullet Club, and you had Tama Tonga and Carl Anderson and Fale on the outside, and it's the beginning of the match. They're constantly getting involved, but then they get thrown out right at the beginning, and then Balor and Shelley have a great match because they're great wrestlers, and you still have a good match. Like, if you're going to do all this running in and interfering, like, get it out of the way in the beginning, get them thrown out, and then actually have a match. But it just goes on and on and on. And it makes Red Shoes look dumb. It makes the whole promotion look dumb. And it's like, at what point, like, do the rules not matter? Like, you have Evil always going out, grabbing the chair, doing that stupid baseball spot. This was just horrible. And I know people were hating on the Chase and Yano match, but to me, this match was way worse because this is your main event. This is for the IWGP World Title, and you got it mucked up like it's a 24/7 with a bunch of guys just running around and no order, no action. Like, this was absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I think for me the most offensive thing is the fact that it dragged, especially for a main event. That I can, and maybe it's just what we're talking about, like the opposite from night one, where it's the main event, so you have it go on long. But they didn't fill it with anything. That it went 30 minutes, yeah, but it didn't feel like a main event. It didn't really. It's one of those where once it started hitting the hot fire run of Shingo towards the end, it's more of a thank God rather than a come on baby, you can do this type of thing. It wasn't that. It was more, okay, the end's coming. That's good. Which isn't a great sign. Again, my other thought was, am I just wrestled out by this point? I've watched, 7 hours of wrestling today? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I was done with the match before it reached Shingo's hot fire, which is a bit, so I was more grateful for it than excited by
but even Shingo's like hot fire got interrupted because those guys got thrown out, and then Dick Togo comes back after Shingo hits Made in Japan and pulls the referee out, and he's trying to choke Shingo out, and then Yujiro comes back with the pimp cane, and then finally LIJ comes out. Bushi is a real one. He's a real friend. Bushi's always the first one out. You can count on Bushi to have your back on a rough night. But yeah, finally the rest of these guys come out and get rid of Bull Club. Like, all this should have happened way earlier and let these guys wrestle. But no, they had to go through all the shenanigans and the heat and the quote unquote storytelling and moments and all this stuff, and all the smoke and mirrors. And you usually use smoke and mirrors to help elevate somebody, but this didn't help anybody. This did not help this match, didn't help Evil, didn't help Shingo. It just was a black eye on this match, and the few good parts that were in it it's overshadowed and cluttered by all this interference and shenanigans and run-ins, and yeah, this was just straight trash.
Which is a shame, really. It just, because I want to get into Shingo's I said Shingo like he's Pingu, onto Shingo's title reign, but there's something about it that feels like it's, like I say, it's like it's pandemic affected. Like, this is not the plan we'd like to be doing right now. And Shingo's kind of like, well, he's reliable. We're going to put the belt on Shingo. He'll have great matches at the end of the card most of the time, depending on the opponent. He's reliable. We can put him there. And of course he's respected. The fans will like cheer for him, and yeah. But obviously, stuff like this isn't going to help the perception of that. Well, the entire point is the quality of work that he's putting on will carry perfectly fine. Don't put it with Evil. Just don't book the match. You know the style that Evil's going to wrestle.
Yeah,
I feel like the way this title reign needs to go forward, it's just not the right opponent. Especially if it's 30 minutes. Good God.
Yeah.
Good
God. Evil is the reverse Bret Hart. You know, Bret was the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Evil is the worst there is, the worst there was, and the worst there ever will be, and should never be in the main event ever again.
I'm not following that.